Hello friends! Well, welcome to my channel. My name is Wahima and I am a 38-year-old cisgendered female from Southern California. I am going to be talking to you guys today about my fibroid history. So as many of you guys know or may not know, fibroids are non-cancerous that grow in and around your uterus. Let's take it back to 2017. In 2017, I had a really heavy period. It is something that I had never experienced in the past. I thought it was a fluke. I didn't know what was going on. I was sitting at my desk at work and all of a sudden, whoosh, and I was on my period. So I knew that I was on my period, but then all of a sudden it was just like I had just changed my tampon and whoosh, I mean everywhere. I don't know why I did not go home immediately and seek medical help. I did the best that I could and I continued working. And as the day went on, every hour I would just bleed through my tampon. So then I put on a pad and a tampon, and then every hour I bled through that. And so it became this pattern that I didn't quite understand, but I didn't do much to look into it. The next time I had my period, the same thing happened. Again, it caught me off guard and I just dealt with it the best way I could. This kept on for about a year. And then I finally just went to my regular doctor for internal medicine and he did some blood tests, just like a normal physical. And he told me that my iron level was dangerously low. Like I was super anemic. As soon as he got my results, he himself picked up the phone and called me and was like, go to the store right now and get yourself some iron pills and start taking them 3 times a day. He also told me that I should go see an OBGYN to make an appointment to see what was up with the fibroids. So I was like, okay. So I made an appointment with an OBGYN and I got to his office and he did a check on me. He saw that I had the fibroids. And so he said that the best thing to do would be to do an IUD, which was Mirena. So I was like, not feeling it using any kind of birth control because the effect that birth control has on my body, last time I took Seasonique, I think I was in like 32, it made me so depressed that it took me a long time to get out of that depression. It just messed up my hormones just were all over the place. So I really didn't want to do a birth control, but in order to get my bleeding under control so that my, regular life wasn't impacted by me being so severely anemic. I mean, this entire time I had been trying to exercise all of like 2017 and I couldn't exercise. And I thought I was just grossly out of, what's that word called? I mean, I thought I was lazy and I just hadn't worked out enough and I was just, what's the word when like and it's not unhealthy. I can't think of the word right now. When it comes to me, I'll just yell it out. I thought that I was just lazy and that was the reason why it was so hard for me to hike with my friends, to walk up a flight of stairs. I just thought I was out of shape. That's the word. I just thought I was grossly out of shape. And this entire time I had been anemic and I was anemic due to my period. So the doctor tried to put in the Mirena and I have a retroverted uterus, meaning that instead of like if this is the front of your body and this is the back of your body and this is your pelvis area, I think the uterus usually faces this way, right? So if I turn this towards you, my pelvis is here, my back is here, this is my uterus, and it's usually facing this way. And then you have your like cervix is in here and then your vagina is here. My uterus is like this. It is facing towards the back. And therefore, instead of my cervix being in the place where it normally is, it's kind of up. So when you go into my vagina, my cervix, instead of it being like right here where my fingertips are, it's kind of up here. And I was born this way. It's nothing that they're gonna do to correct it because it's just how it is. There are women who are born this way all the time and that does not stop you from being able to conceive at all. So the doctor, of course, didn't tell me this. I didn't think to ask, honestly. So he's trying to put the Mirena in. He cannot get it in because he cannot get it through my cervix. My cervix is like never been touched. It's like just as tight as it can possibly be. And for those of you guys who don't know, your cervix is like the gateway into your womb. Couldn't get the tool in to get the Mirena to slip it into my womb in order for it to, help out with my bleeding and my fibroids. So he said, I'm going to give you some medication. You're going to go home and this medication is going to like open up your cervix. So it's going to feel like you're cramping really bad. He said, take it the night before and then come back. So I took this medication, girl. I woke up thinking I was dying. I like fell out of the bed. I was curled in a ball on my side. For those women who have severe cramps every menstrual cycle, God bless you. I mean, I don't have severe cramps. Like I get cramps a little bit and it does hurt and it's annoying, but it's nothing compared to what that feeling was. And then I went to the doctor the next day and I was like, you didn't tell me it was gonna feel like this. Like, I'm so sorry. Let's try to get this thing in. So I got up on the bed, put my feet up in the stirrups, and he tried again to get the Marina in. Girl, he's poking, he's moving it around. I could feel every moment of it and it was so uncomfortable. Like I was just like, ugh, like I was traumatized for a long time afterwards and he still couldn't get it in. So he apologized to me profusely, told me he was really sorry. And he's like, you know, there's nothing that I can do besides put you on hormonal, like pill, like birth control. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do it. It's okay. I'll just deal with the heavy period. So I went about my life with a heavy ass period, taking iron pills 3 times a day. So I went back to my internal doctor a couple months later and he said that my iron levels were good and I didn't have to do 3 times a day, but I still needed to do every day. Did I continue doing it every day? I'm ashamed to say no, I didn't. As soon as I like ran out, I didn't order anymore. I didn't go and buy anymore. And I just went about my life and my period just continued to be a nuisance to my life. So right before I turned 36 in September 2018, I decided to try again because again, the period was too much. The loss of blood was too much. It was just really like fracturing my life. Not only do I have super heavy periods, but they last like 10 days. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not heavy all 10 days. It's heavy day 2, 3, and 4, in which I have to change my pad and tampon every hour. And I have to wear the heaviest tampon, like an Ultra, Tampax Ultra Girl. Like, so that prevents me from using a lot of the natural products that I want to use because natural products don't have the technology to like sop up all the liquid, you know? And I can't sleep day 2 and 3 overnight. Not at all. I sleep on 2 towels on top of each other. I mess up my underwear constantly. I have more black underwear than anything in my closet. Like I've tried everything. I've even tried Thinx. I think it's Thinx, the one where it's a pad in the underwear built in. It was an absolute waste of my money. It does literally nothing for me. The only time I could ever use it where it makes any kind of sense is like day 6 or day 7. And that's just to sleep. I wasted my money on those. And you know those underwears are expensive. So that is me every month. It is very annoying. It's just horrendous and really uncomfortable. I can't even explain to you how much. I have to keep, not that I don't enjoy this, but I keep myself shorn, like I keep myself waxed down below because it just makes it easier for cleanup. It's a flow and get out of my life. So in September 2018, I met with a nurse practitioner to talk about my fibroids and like what getting surgery would be like. The impression I got after meeting this nurse practitioner was that they were just gonna go in, snip, snip, and go about my business. Like that it was gonna be such an easy thing. I was just gonna take it out and I would just go. No, having your fibroids removed is not that. So I made an appointment to see another doctor to have that happen because that is what I thought was going to happen. So December 2018, I saw this doctor. It wasn't the doctor I had seen before, the one who tried to put the Marina in me and couldn't get it in because he no longer worked for Kaiser. So I had to get a new doctor, another time, a male. And normally with OBGYN stuff, like I don't care, I don't discriminate, I don't care if it's a male or a female, like whatever. So they give me this new doctor. I go into him and I'm thinking I'm coming in to get my fibroids removed. I'm thinking that he understands that I'm coming in to get my fibroids removed, that I've gone over my options and that's it. 36 years old. No, I just turned, 36 years old. And he tells me that my options are to stop my heavy bleeding and to have my uterus lining scraped off, to have a hysterectomy, and that's the surefire way to make sure that my periods stop being heavy, or to something else. There was like one other crazy option that he gave me. And I looked at him and I was like, I was very taken aback. And I think he felt that from me, but his bedside manner still was like horrible. He saw that I was getting more and more upset, but he didn't know how to like pull back from it. I was like, I thought I was coming here to get fibroids removed. I didn't know that you were going to suggest that I have a hysterectomy. Like I don't have kids yet and I want children. And you're telling me to scrape my uterus, to scrape the lining of my uterus so that I can't have kids just to stop the bleeding. I'd rather bleed. And he was like, oh, well, no, like fibroid surgery, that's, and I was like, well, I didn't know that. I thought that's what I was coming here to get. So I need other options. And meanwhile, I'm tearing up, a nurse is in there with me and she's like looking at him like he's an asshole. And I'm just like, this is so inappropriate. Like, you need to read the room, sir. Like, it was ridiculous. And so I was like, I tried to get the Marina in and he couldn't get it in. And he's like, oh, I can do it. Let me see who did it. And he's like, oh, that was just a resident. So yeah, I could do it. And I was like, okay. And so he put the Marina in me and he explained to me that I would have like spotting throughout the month for a couple of months. I thought he said 3 months. So I was thinking that I would have a period and then I would spot, and then it would be fine. No, I literally was on my period from when I put the Marina in early December until when they took it out April. So I had my regular period that was like, you know, super heavy and annoying. And then when I would get to day like 7, 8, 9, it would be like I would have to change a regular tampon every 4 hours, which is still too much. I just was on my period. And during that time, I was actually dating somebody. And so that was annoying. I actually had the opportunity to like have sex and it's just like fucking period. Now, before I left that appointment with the stupid doctor who made me cry, the nurse was like, hey, so I'm going to help you and we're going to get you another doctor. And I was like, thank you so much. And she's like, there's this really great doctor, Dr. Barrett. She has a lot of patients, so you won't get an appointment right now, but when she has her first available, I'll slot you in. And I was like, cool. I saw that awful doctor in December. I got the Marina taken out in April just by another nurse practitioner. And then finally in May 2019, I met with Dr. Barrett and she was wonderful. I told her about my experience and she leveled with me and it was wonderful. She understood that I wanted to have children and we needed to find the best option for me to stop the heavy period and the anemia and to be able to have children. So Dr. Barrett did, on May 23rd, later on in May, of 2019, she did a hysteroctopy, I believe it's called, where I laid down in a stirrup and she put like an ultrasound thing inside of me in my vagina. And then she like moved it around and was like looking around at my uterus. Not inside of my womb, just on the outside to see like what was going on. And she did see some fibroids, but she saw that they were fibroids that needed to like have surgery. She couldn't just like take them right then and there. So she explained to me like what was going to happen. She even showed it to me. Like that was the first time I had like actually seen it. It wasn't like an ultrasound video. It was an actual like camera inside of my vagina looking around. And I was like, oh my God, it's so cool. She's like, yeah, you see this right here? This is the fibroid that's sticking out of your lining. You might have another one that's sticking inside. So I'll check to see if you have that via ultrasound. So I was like, okay. So then I had an ultrasound and she got all the information that she needed. And in August of 2019, I had my first myomectomy, which is where they go in and they take out your fibroids. So she had clocked 2 fibroids and they were about 4 to 5 centimeters. And so she went in to get them and she went in August to get them up through my vagina and she couldn't get it out. She said that they had calcified, they were very hard, and it was like she didn't have the proper tool to be able to grab onto it and pull it out. So she put me on a wait list so that I could get in her queue to have the surgery the next time she had an availability. And then that happened to be October 2019. So October 2019, I went back in, she got the tools, and then she ended up getting out the fibroids. My time with the surgery, that was my first time having any kind of surgery being put under. And girl, let me tell you, she loves her some anesthetic. I love like falling asleep and just waking up 6 hours later or 3 hours later or whatever. It was amazing. And my period was supposed to get better, but it didn't. And again, I didn't like go back to the doctor and say anything. I was just like, I guess this is my life, but I guess I'm just gonna have heavy periods until menopause because I've already had the surgery. I don't know what else there could possibly be. Like I knew she didn't get all the fibroids, but she was telling me that she just removed the fibroids that could possibly cause issue with having children, right? So she wasn't going to go in and take them all out, just the ones that were probably the biggest that were causing the heavy bleeding and would cause issues with children later. She did tell me that the fibroids would grow back, but as I'm getting older, they're not going to grow back as fast. And even then, like depending on when I choose to have kids, it's not something that I needed to worry about right then and there. So I was like, okay, there's still time for me to find a partner. There's still time for me to do whatever, you know, who knows what this year could bring. 2020 is going to be an amazing year. You know, it's better than 2019. It's such a lovely number, clear vision. And then 2020 hit. you know, we all know what the hell happened then. So my periods remained the same. They remained crazy. And I then had an epiphany that I can't wait for a partner. I cannot keep putting my life on hold, not hold, but keep putting this having children on hold because I'm waiting for someone to help me, because I know I need help, right? I know that it would be beneficial for me to have help. I know how hard it is to raise children, and to have somebody whose job it is to also help me rear and raise these kids would not only be best for them, but it would be best for me. I need time. I'm an introvert to a certain extent. I need like an hour or two a day of nobody talking to me so that I could like rejuvenate. And when you have children, you really can't have that, you know? So I was really thinking about my mental health and everything when it comes to that. But then I thought about the fact, like, what if I reach 42 and I don't meet somebody? There's too many factors that can stop me from doing what I want. And so what am I waiting for? So I made the decision that I was just going to be a single mom, and I was going to go to the sperm bank and get some sperm. I started saving up money July 2020 to start going to the fertility doctor to see what was up so that I could do my IUI or get artificially inseminated, is basically what I thought I was going to do. So I started looking up sperm banks, sperm donors, how to get it injected and all that stuff. And then I went to the reproductive endocrinologist. I'm going to break this video up into 2 parts. So this is the end of part 1. If you're interested in the conclusion of my fibroid story, part 2 of my fibroid story will be up in the next couple of days. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what your fibroid journey is down below, and let's have an open dialogue. If you're wondering how you can support me or my channel, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, donate down below if you are so inclined, and just be you, be supportive, be here. Have a fantastic week, and remember that all we can do is our best. Bye.